Hey, Mac. What's up, G? Do you know what happens when you start early?
I do, G. You go wealthy.
It's time for Money with Mac and G.
Finance for you and your family. Hey, Lily. Thank you for coming over. I am so glad you're here. Grant is being a boy again, if you know what I mean.
Sure I do. Smelly, annoying, each with his mouth open. But he's always really nice to me.
Sure, he's nice to you. He's not your bother.
Didn't you mean brother?
Huh?
Well, he's actually both, a bother and a brother.
I completely understand you have to live with him. That's not always easy for anyone to spend every day together.
Hey, did you bring Cindy? Is she in your bag?
Sure is. I think she missed you guys since you haven't come over lately.
Uh-oh, here comes Grant. Let's scare him. Hide.
Mac, Lily, is that you? Where are you guys?
Surprise!
Not funny.
It was a little funny. You should have seen your face. Haven't seen you in a while. What's been going on?
I've been busy, playing video games, chilling, doing TikTok. Hey, you brought Cindy.
I sure did. I think she wants to come out and talk.
Please make her come to life. You're totally as good as Darcy Lynn, that 12-year-old on America's Got Talent who was a ventriloquist.
I think you mean ventriloquist. There isn't a kiss in the word, even though I do love doing it, and I do kiss Cindy sometimes.
Hi, my name is Cindy. What's yours?
You remember us, don't you? We're Mac and G, and you're here with us on a podcast called Money with Mac and G.
Hello, Mac and G. Nice to see you again. So, this is your podcast. What do you guys talk about?
Money and other stuff.
You're really cute. Are you what they call a dummy?
You're cute too, but not too smart. I'm a ventriloquial figure. Say that 20 times, smart boy. Or you can call me a puppet. That works too.
Ouch! Zing by the puppet.
Ow!
Good one, Cindy.
Okay, I didn't know that, but I will remember it. Lily, maybe we can teach you and Cindy something on today's podcast, since Cindy already schooled me.
Cool, we'd like that. I think it would be fun to learn more about money.
Okay, now's the time we usually ask our dad for some help because he's studying stuff forever.
Yeah, he knows a lot and has a lot of gray hair. Do you want to do the honors? Just yell what's on this paper.
Mr. Jones, teach us more about Corona winners.
What is that thing? Its mouth is moving. It's freaking me out.
Mr. Jones, this is Cindy. Isn't she beautiful?
Hi, Mr. Jones. How are you besides being freaked out? It's nice to be here with you, Mac and G, to talk about money.
Wow, I stand corrected. She is super cool. Lily, did you make her talk? I didn't see her lips moving at all.
Dad, Lily is a professional. She's no beginner. This isn't her first rodeo.
Lily, is this a hobby you've been doing since Corona started? Or is it really more serious and you've got a job?
Dad, Lily doesn't have a job. She's in 7th grade with us.
Oh, okay. You're right. But Cindy is so lifelike.
McKenna's right. I don't have a job, but I do work at it, and it's really fun to do. I've been doing it for several years. I've done shows and other performances at different places.
Dad, she took private lessons, courses, and went to camp prior to Corona. You should see her room.
Should I dare ask, what's in your room, Lily?
Well, besides regular stuff like a bed, covers, pillows, I have 15 ventriloquial figures.
Ventriloquial what? Aren't they called...
Dad, don't say that D word. You'll regret it.
Oh, no, you didn't say that.
I was gonna say puppet. Who would use the D word? It's 2020, G.
I have no idea. Who would do that?
So, isn't that a little spooky? Kind of like having 15 scary clowns watching you sleep?
Dad, now you're acting weird.
Wait a second. Didn't Darcy Lynn win America's Got Talent when she was 12 being a ventriloquist? She's your age, right?
Yep, she did. She's my idol. She's so funny and a fantastic ventriloquist.
She can put her hand in my back anytime.
Cindy!
I like Cindy. She's sassy. Okay, Lily, you know we talk about money on the show. So how much does it cost to buy a little friend like Cindy?
Well, it starts around $50, but a custom-made friend can cost around $1,500. But it's all the extras that cost. Will you be my friend?
Like what kind of extras?
Well, if you want real hair, that's one thing that'll cost you more. And if you want a spring for the real nostrils, it really brings them to life.
Does it have real boogers? That's gross. Can you seriously get real hair?
Ew, gross.
Yep, my puppet Ernie has great hair, but it's not real. I put gel in it and it smells great. The nostril thing was a joke. Grant totally took the bait. Most puppets don't have ears, so they can't really hear.
Hey, these holes on the side of my head aren't for my good looks, sister. You're my sister.
Watch yourself, Cindy, or I'll take you back to Oma's.
I'm sorry. I won't do it again. I promise. Cross my stuff taut and hope to die.
Isn't Oma your grandma? She's nice. What did you do there?
Please don't talk about it. Please.
Relax, I'll cover your holes. Okay, yes, she is my grandma. Cindy wasn't looking so good, so we added more internal organs. We did have to cut her open.
Scalpel. Suction.
The surgery was touch and go for a while.
That sounds terrible. Poor Cindy.
It wasn't so bad. We didn't have to change your skin, which was good.
You can change your skin on Fortnite by hitting a button and then your armor changes.
Well, it's much different. You kind of have to rip off the face and the rest of the body to replace it. Or you can just take the easy way out and just put on a second layer of skin.
Talk about thick skin. That would do it.
Thanks for those images, Lily. I may have a nightmare tonight. I think we should continue this conversation on our next podcast. I have a question. During quarantine, what is one thing that you, Lily, and Mac love to do?
We love to do crafts.
Love.
Yes, making stuff, painting pictures.
Yes, anything we can make with our hands is great.
Lily, companies have been affected by Corona. Some are doing better and sell more and make more money.
Money.
And others are the opposite.
That's why I asked what you did during these last couple of months. Did you know there are several businesses that focus on making crafts? Have you ever heard of Etsy?
Yeah, they have lots of crafts. And people can sell their own homemade crafts as well as other stuff.
Guys, if you expect a company to grow by selling more products and making more money, it would have been good to buy the stock.
Lily, you can own part of a company. If you buy one slice of pizza and the pizza grows, your piece gets bigger.
I'm so hungry.
Owning a slice of a company is called buying a stock, and
If you buy it when it's small and sell it later when it's grown for a higher price, you make money!
Wow, that sounds really interesting. So, what about Etsy? Sounds like their business probably got a lot better since we bought a lot of crafts during Corona.
Etsy has been doing really well with Corona, but I read that there was a huge demand for face masks. Etsy had really cool handmade masks, and things exploded.
it must have introduced a bunch of new shoppers to their company, which helps for the future. So it sounds like the stock must have done very well. But things change quickly.
Grant, how about you let us all know about Etsy stock price prior to Corona, then the price when Corona hit, and where it's at now?
So the price is always moving?
Sure does. Mac and G, what is price based on?
Supply and demand! Okay, before Corona, it was around $60. Then, when people were scared and didn't know what would happen, it went down to $31. But now, it's over $110.
Wow, so if you sold it $31, you would have lost $29 on selling that thing? What's it called again?
A share of a stock.
Please share with me.
Yeah, but if you would have held on to it until now, you would have earned $50 because people saw the increase in sales and expectations increased.
Lily, I don't think Cindy could have said it any better.
The stock dropped 48% from $60 and went up to 254% from its low.
I stand corrected. That was awesome, Cindy. So, what else changed during Corona?
How about video games?
Lily, this is the 4th episode of the season. Do you think Grant would have let us miss that opportunity to talk about video games?
You're completely right, Mr. Jones. I'll have to check out your prior episodes with Cindy, of course.
Hey Dad, you did a lot of work from home and had a ton of those video calls on Vroom.
Mac, I think it's Zoom. Dad did a lot, and we did some for school too. You made us do our video games in a room, went on a call, and tried to keep us quiet.
I think the key word is try. I even heard you too, Lily, being really loud on the phone. It was funny for me to hear, because you're normally quiet when I'm around.
I guess I like my video games a lot. Plus, if you have good teammates, it's a lot more fun. So, what happened with Zoom stock?
This one is really interesting. You know all about the U.S. Constitution, right?
It's a document that embodies the fundamental laws and principles by which the United States is governed.
Wow, that was amazing. Nice job, Cindy.
She wasn't done, Mr. Jones.
Excuse me.
It contains 4,533 words with signatures, has 4 sheets, 28 3/4 inches by 23 and 5/8 inches each. It contains 7,591 words, including the 27 amendments.
Wow. Maybe we should call Cindy Siri. Amazing. So, why do you ask, Dad?
My head is spinning. That was awesome. So do you know what terms and conditions are?
It's kind of like the rules when you use the software. For Fortnite, you can't team up with opponents or cheat.
You cheater!
Yeah, didn't that one guy try to kill you while flying? He had to have cheated by hacking the system.
I saw it too. And he had the perfect screen name, Hacker Noob 43. He sure earned that name. Noob.
Well, the reason I bring it up is that terms and conditions for Zoom are longer than the Constitution. Crazy, huh?
That is, I guess they need a lot of rules to cover so many potential situations. Sounds like it makes sense.
Dad, I would have guessed Zoom exploded with everyone being quarantined. No one had meetings face to face.
Are you looking at me?
Well, in December of 2019, Zoom had 10 million users.
That's a lot, Mr. Jones. That's more than the population in 40 states. Wow.
You're right. It took 9 years to get to 10 million. Here's the crazy part. Zoom jumped 30 times in just 4 months to 300 million at the end of April 2020. Yikes!
So their stock price should have taken off.
I can't wait to hear this one. Mac, I think you have the numbers for these.
Shortly before Corona, it was around $110, but it was on the rise. When most companies got hit, Zoom jumped up and hit $130. And a little over 3.5 months later, it doubled to $260.
Wow. So if you bought the stock earlier this year, you would have made a lot of money.
That's true, but it doesn't always make sense over a short period of time. Do you guys know there's a calculation of the price of a share and how many years for the company to earn that amount?
I am the very smart person.
Isn't that the PE ratio? That's the price of one share of one stock being divided by a share of earnings.
So if a share of a stock is $10, the company makes $200 per year. And if there are 100 shares, that means 5 more years.
Hold on. If the company made $200 per year and there are 100 shares, each share earns $2.
And if the price of a share is $10, then the price to earnings is $10 divided by $2, which means it takes 5 years to earn back what you paid for the stock.
Way to go, Cindy. That's perfect. Do you know what the PE ratio is for Zoom right now?
Well, with big expectations, it probably means the value would come in the future, and it's not earning as much now.
So you pay more now than it really earns. I'm going to take a wild guess. The price is 100 times its earning.
Great guess, but it's actually over 1,400 times its earnings.
So it would take 1,400 years to earn back what you paid for the stock based on today's performance?
You got it. We call this growth investing. You invest in a company because you believe it will grow a lot. Value investing is buying it when it's on sale. You guys are totally learning a lot.
This is all making sense, different investing styles, and the more we know, the better, as we can mix styles.
I like growth investing, as that's probably more technology, but we'll see how value investing is good too.
Dad, can we have Lily back on our next podcast and maybe talk about a few more companies that are doing well?
Yeah, that's more fun than talking about those companies that are getting hurt.
If I have a vote,
You are now registered to vote.
that would be fun, and I would love to come back.
Me too!
Sounds like we have a plan. Now, Lily and Cindy, this is where you say goodbye on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Bye!
You can be sure there are always good investments no matter what the environment. We're seeing a tremendous amount of new investors entering the market for quick gains. Robinhood
And his merry men.
is a commission-free investment and stock trading app. There has been a historic number of individuals who have recently signed up for this app. It's a great concept to allow investors to reduce the cost of investing. However, this wave of newcomers has been called the casino stock market, which gives me pause. It's important that we continue to understand what is happening in the market. We talk about fundamentals of stocks. Is there a real product that is produced? Does the company make money? And is there good reason to believe that the expectation is positive for future growth? This reminds me of the late 90s with the dot-com bubble. Companies weren't being valued on what was happening, but lofty expectations of the future. Many of the winners at the time weren't making money, and several didn't have a product.
Where are the products?
The dot-com bubble pushed stock prices very high on speculation, and it did not end well. There was a lot of talk that the way to evaluate companies was different back then. However, the market took an incredible fall. Many of the companies didn't even survive. Gaining knowledge and resisting the urge to invest just because of FOMO, the fear of missing out, is not a good reason to jump in. Let's build the knowledge we need and get comfortable with how things function and put together an investment strategy that fits our objectives and our personality. Thanks for being here, and we'll see you next week with another episode of Money with Mac and G.
Bye!